We'll see how to take over the watch once you come on bridge. This is bridge. So how you take over the watch, we will just tell you now. So he's third officer, Andra, and he will tell you how to take over. So
Yes, sir. On our company, we have a bridge watch handover, which is provided by our management. And this is all of the things that we have to check before taking over the watch.
it says taking over while underway. So and bridge watch handover takeover. So these are the points which you should be always discuss when you're taking over, right? So
Yes, sir,
they
correct,
have
sir.
given 20 points now. So just Andra, read one by one quickly. Just the topic.
First,
only.
the relieving officer has read the following as applicable. First, night order. So every night, the captain or the master will be write the night order, or to the point we have to check. And other master standing order, consulted as necessary, and navigational warning and weather message we can
Which
see
we have
from
received, right? The
Yes, sir.
relieving officer to check the following. What are these?
Position, course, speed, RPM, draft of the ship, and depth. You can check it from ECDIS, from GPS, and any other things. Course plotted on chart, because now we don't have any paper chart, so we plot it on the on ECDIS. ETA to critical point. So usually
Critical
second
points are
officer-
usually your alteration points
Yes, sir.
on the open sea. Okay.
And passage plan consulted, required publication ready for use. You can check it also on ECDIS. Ensure VHF volume and squelch control check optimum. You can check.
Yeah,
on
we will show
VHF.
this.
The squelch.
This is VHF. This we were talking about. This is squelch. You have to adjust the squelch. You see key noise that coming. You can adjust that with increasing or decreasing this. This is the volume. You have to check the volume is correct. The channel of the VHF is correct. Now we are near the port, so
08
channel
one
is
pilot,
08.
one pilot.
Pohang, pilot Pohang. Okay. Okay. So next is, can you read out? Just read out. No problem.
Next one is navigational hazard condition likely to be encountered during the watch. We have to check it.
Navigation hazards can be on the chart, like for example shallow patches or traffic density areas. These is ECDIS. So this is always can be seen here. So we should check while taking over. Next is
Okay. And after that, we have to ensure engine room status unmanned system or manned for our ship. We use manned because we
Yeah,
still not
our ship is not
provide to
UMS.
unmanned system. And status on deck, hatch, tank cleaning, transfer operation, and etc. So in day we can see there's some working on deck.
if there is any working on deck, so they will tell that this work is going on. Chief officer has told, okay, ballasting, deballasting going on, ballast exchange is being done. So these are the things which they should discuss.
And any maintenance work in vicinity of aerials radar scanner, it's about working on the Monkey Island. If there's somebody working on near of the radar, so we can switch off the radar.
Yeah, we can switch off by this. We don't have to switch off. This is just standby. We press this standby, and it goes on standby. So the radar disc just stops moving.
Stop moving the
And
scanner radar.
yeah, scanner stop moving, and the person can go there and just do their work. If someone is working, it has to be on standby. Otherwise, there can be a radiation which can hurt him, or he's working near to the scanner, and that scanner can hit him and can fall down from the Monkey Island.
Correct.
So we should be talking about this.
Point
also.
number 10 is prevailing or predicted tides and current if applicable.
Yeah, if we are near to any place which has tide or something specially, we should talk about this. Next.
And next, 11, weather and visibility experience during last watch and weather forecast. You can see from the vicinity also, you can see from the weather facsimile also. And 12, operation status, all navigation equipment. So before we hand over, we have to make sure that all of equipment should be working.
These are equipment. This is one ECDIS, two radars. This is one another ECDIS. Check all your equipments. This put on hand and check. Put it on hand from auto to hand and check it is moving or not. And the same thing is being followed when you move it. This should be. Can you move radar? Can you move radar there? Yeah. Okay. See, he's bringing you to midship. So check this. Check the RPM. Now RPM is 0 because we are drifting, so it's 0. So RPM can be matched. Maybe the telegraph is on navigation full that time when we are underway. and full or maybe full.
You can see RPM also here.
You can see the RPM, and RPM always written here. With full, it should be 75. Those should be on 75. Okay.
And operational of status, all GMDSS equipment. So GMDSS over here. You can see this is the MHSF.
HMF. Okay.
And this is one SAT-C.
This is SAT-C, and the printer is here. All the weather messages come here and get printed automatically. MFHF and trans receiver.
And this one also.
This is what, tell me?
NBDP.
Yes, narrowband transmission. But this is usually is obsolete and it's not being used in many ships. This is old ship. We have this narrowband direct printing, NBDP.
We have facsimile here, so
This is weather facsimile,
You
and
can
for
see
taking
the-
out the prints of weather. Okay.
and this is the result.
And the results are like this.
Look like this.
This comes out, and I've explained already how to read the weather chart. Like before in previous video, we have high pressure, low pressure. The narrower the isobars, the more wind in these areas. For example, in this we have a position here, so we are far away from the low pressure. Its weather is okay. So this is old chart. Now we are not in this area.
And other one is Navtex.
Okay, Navtax is not being used in Australia. It's used in other countries. So it gets print out and it tells you.
This is the result of the Navtex.
Yeah, the printout of the Navtex looks like this, and every officer receives this in their watch, has to sign it, read and sign it.
And tell the master if there's some necessary information written here.
Okay.
And identification of shoreline, buoy, and etc. If you are approaching the shore, we have to take a look out and take a caution if there's some buoy and some light near the vessel. And ARPA speed ARPA speed input through the water. You can see here. You can adjust here. This is the speed. Our speed using GPS. It means speed over ground, and we can check it. Our speed through the water. Now our speed through the
Yeah,
water.
it should always be on water, right? Okay.
Gyromagnetic compass error. We have to check gyromagnetic magnetic compass error at least one check for one watch. I will show you the result later. They should be take gyro error and standard error.
Yeah, you should always take the gyro error and standard error. That is, gyro error is already the standard. Standard is your compass.
Yes.
Compass. Then that from a standard compass error, you take out your variation, the variations given in a chart, and deviation you get. Okay.
And others. Traffic in the area, CPA, TCPS.
Okay, I'll just quickly go through its long points. I think the traffic area, CPA, TCPA with the other targets. Next is current operation state of the safety equipments, having special regards to the status route detection system, pump fire defects. Okay. Expected change in directions of currents, tides, wind during the watch. What is expected? You can see from the facsimile or Navtax, whatever the possible, you can check from there, and have to report the other guy who's taking over. Relieving lookout and helmsman have checked gyromagnetic courses, position of lighthouses. If we are near the land, then the position of lighthouses should be checked. Position of all the vessels in the vicinity should be told to them clearly, the person who is not lookout. Okay, next thing is the ship fitted with IGDIS. You have to check safety contours, safety depth, safety contour, depth contours, safety guard zones. Additionally, are the dates and time set accurately in the watches and the in the IGDIS. Confirm the datum, IGDIS mode, not RAC or ECS. Any change made to the setting by the previous duty officer, correct? Any change, he should tell them. Route plan activated, or check safety and visuals as well. Cross track limits as per the area and the master order. Master can say you in the master order that okay, 2 mile CPA should be there and TCPA should be 20 minutes. This is my company's rule, minimum. So master can change it if we are in narrow area. He can make it more or less. Okay, alarms and indication, monitor alarms activated area. Alarm setting, basically what this tell is that when any alarm has come in the previous watch, in any problem in any equipment, that's what it's talking about basically. SENC display. So you can just go through. This is its large scale or appropriate ENC scale is being used. Appropriate chart layers are being activated. There are different layers, multiple layers in standard or basic. So which layer is being activated? Submarine cables, pipelines in the soft spot laying positively activated. These things should be seen while dropping anchors. Very necessary. You cannot put the drop anchor on the pipeline or any submarine cables below, so it should be activated definitely. In OW, aware of the symbols used. If OW really aware of the symbols used in the ECDIS, if someone is not aware, he should be aware. He should see that NP nautical publications on that and the symbols on that. And also, if you go on radar, you can see I button. You see I button. You can go on pick. You click on pick, and you can check for this. So you get you'll get the detail of that particular cautionary mark. This is a cautionary mark, so you can get what it want to say about this. Okay, so this is what it's saying here. In addition to the information display, the master's instruction, additional chart work and paper, anything the master has instructed of. Sensors, GPS, speed log being displayed correctly. Check and confirm status of other active sensors. Okay, voyage logbook, track recording, and activated logbooks are being properly filled up by the previous going out officer. Target data from AIS ARPA is there. Cross check position by radar observation. This is to be done. Okay, this is also this continuation of this. In addition, any other thing, like alarm set and activated required, and GPS datum. Your actually datum is GPS is WGS 84, and same is on the ECDIS as well. Paper charts are being used, primary means of active navigation if we don't use it. So that's what it still says. And now third officer will tell practical things. When you come on the bridge, what things you check? You usually check match this gyro with the magnetic compass.
Yes, sir. And we have to check position here. Every navigation officer around us, maybe to check the radars
working properly.
Not.
And you go out and check the lights as well.
Yes, sir.
On starboard side, green light is working, and port side, red side. And on the mast light,
yes,
on the top, white lights are working.
Check our depth in echo sounder.
Yeah, eco sounder working properly.
Our here, check our status telegraph here, and check all the weather messages here or navigation.
Yeah, that we have already discussed. So that is what basically you are checking, right?
Yes, sir. Basically, we are checking before hand over to the next officer, and we can check it.
Yeah, we discussed already.
And after when all of that is clear, maybe you can check some email from the computer.
Yeah, computer should not be used while you are on watch. The relieving duty officer can go and check the mails if any.
After the watch.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Thank
sir.
you.